Ignas, what was your first ever beat? What was my first ever beat? You really want to know this one? No word of a lie. That was my first beat. Seriously. Yeah. Brandon, what's up, man? Who is my favourite battle partner? My favourite battle partner? I don't really do battles like 2v2s, if that's what you mean. But I'm more than happy just to jam with whoever it is. My favourite sound, there's quite a few actually. There's a sound that I really like, which is obviously just my, or, because I use it a lot. I use that a lot. You could, as a beatboxer, you can't really say there's a favourite sound, to be honest. If your style is based around a lot of sounds, you do not really have a favourite sound. But we'll just go with my bass line. That's my favourite sound, just because it just works with a lot of routines. Crystal Sid. What's going on, man? Yeah. Can everyone hear me okay? Let me know how the sound is. I'm actually streaming off my phone, so yeah, guys, just speak to me and let me know if everything's okay. Give some bassline. I just done some bassline. Rimshot. Taki rimshot. There's like 6 million tutorials on YouTube on rimshot. You should check them out, man. They probably might explain it better than me. It's like a snare, but without using the lungs. So instead of using the lungs, you'll just use the pressure that's in your ear, so then it will just become a rimshot. And that's the difference. Good sounds. Let's see. How many different bass lines do I have? Well, I just have the normal. That's just like one of my main ones that I use for grime routines. And then I just have the deep nasal one, which is. And then I have the which is quite a lot of people's favourites. Quite a few, 3 or 4 main ones that I use. Yeah, but for the people that are curious, when I do that, if you do it a lot, it does actually kind of hurt, man. I don't know why, but of course it's a lot of pressure. When I started to get this bass, honestly, I remember that there was actually like bleeding. So then you had to control the vocal cords to you know, accept that sound better without it being so harsh. Alex Cat, yeah, Alex Katas, Kash. I'm guessing you're Greek. Yes, oh yes, we have met. You're a crazy beatboxer, bruv. You're so underrated, man. Bruv, you're underrated. Please shout out my group, Balkan Beatbox group. Shout out that. Make dubstep, please. Yes, the whistle. If you're curious about this sound, guys, I do actually have, I uploaded a tutorial on it last week. Yeah, last week, so go and check it out on my YouTube channel, Sid-FX Beatbox. Yeah, next question, how do you improve my throat bass to be more lower and cleaner? That one is from Fish2. Sorry if I'm pronouncing these names incorrectly. Yeah, so making bass more deeper, it's just kind of, I think the accent has a lot to do with it, because I speak in this, you know, UK British accent. I'm from Birmingham, and it kind of, your bass, if you understand this, it's like the way you speak, that's how your bass will sound. So it's like, you'll have always different tones. It's really hard to get, like, you know, get into it, like, too deep, but I just literally push in, because a lot of people do their normal bass from like, and that's coming from like here, like near the just above the Adam's apple, yeah. But I kind of push the pressure, so it's like coming from here. So instead of doing, mine comes from. And that's how I get the deeper sound. And yes, it is vibration, of course. Bass, all basses come from vibration. Yeah, man. And that's it. Keep practicing, keep pushing. It will hurt, but you will eventually get there. Can you do Alexino bass? Is that the one with that? It looks like. No, I can't. I can't do that clean. No, I don't really like to. I can't. I just can't use that bass. But Alexino is a boss. He's a madness. He's madness. Crazy bass line. Yo, Sid. Yo. Relic whistle. Yes, that's what it's called. That's where I first heard it from anyway, but I've been told that many other people have, you know, they learnt the sound and they said it was, I did this when I was young or whatever. So, yeah, it just depends where you first heard it from. And obviously credits to everyone, whoever learnt that sound. Click roll. Click roll. The tongue on the roof of your palate and breathing in air. Tongue on the roof of the palate. Make sure the tongue is kind of like curled back on the palate, and then you breathe in. You can actually change it the way you breathe. So if you're breathing in without air, you're just using the air to breathe, to bring it in. It will sound different to when you're actually breathing in air, and so on. And positioning. You'll get different tones and things. Nathan Mitchell, respect, bro. How long have I been beatboxing for? I've been actually beatboxing for 10 years now. Last year was 10 years, so this year is going to be coming to 11. Wow. That's actually crazy to think about it, to be honest. I started beatboxing 10 years ago. Nearly 11 years ago. That's mad. And it all started off when I was in school, and then people back in my school, in my high school, that's when it started. In secondary school, I don't know what part of the world you're watching, but secondary school, it was all in the playground when you had that 10 minutes break. That's when shit went down. Yeah. It was just like... yeah. Sid-FX, please do the D-Lo scratch. I know you can do it. I try doubling that sometimes. Oh, pachink! Yes. So guys, now I'm gonna read one more comment out, and then I'm just gonna get into a little freestyle for you guys, because I don't want to talk too much more about the beats. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Guys, if it's tutorial related questions, I actually do have tutorial videos on my YouTube, so go check them out. I'm going to get into some beatboxing now. Shout out to Adam Andrew Corey for making this all possible. Clever idea, Adam. The first beatbox, what would you call Adam's thing? A beatbox promoter. Yeah, so shout out Adam, and this is going to be a little freestyle. Ready for the grind. Ready for the grind. Ready for the bass. Yeah, man. Gotta get the coke down. Yo, I'm sweating like madness, man. UK's freezing as well, but today's like humid. Sammy Troy, what's up, bro? Alex. Got some drum and bass. Drum and bass, drum and bass, drum and bass. In your face. That bass is quite difficult to control for me anyway. That kills you, man. Yeah, a few more questions, more beatboxing. Thank you. Oh, very positive comments. Thank you very much, guys. I like what you're doing now. Thank you. Yeah, and guys, you've probably not seen me doing battles and stuff for quite a while. The reason for this is because I have I'm a lot more focused on gym. I don't know, it's just kind of overtaken my life. So yeah, gym. So for the people that have been wondering why I've not been doing events or battles or shows and stuff, I've just I feel like there's just sometimes more to life than just beatbox, even though I'm beatboxing every day, every second. But it's just the events that I'm kind of lacking in getting involved in recently, and that's it. Connor Blabsy, Blasby, how you doing, bro? I'm gonna try and do a beat with quite a few sounds in. Let's get into this. Do my funny face. That's how you do it, man. No one will ever learn that. This is more like a practice session for me, guys. What you know about? See the level I'm on, they wanna reach this. When I touch mic, I'm the deepest. See the level I'm on, they wanna. Can you do I'm the Lord on a mic routine, please? Or fake beatbox. Okay. I'm gonna try and add some new things to that routine. And then after I'll do okay. See, I'm even starting to forget my own routines. Whoa. Whoa. I'm a lord on a mic. And I never back down. I grab that mic in my hand. So I'm taking it down, and 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 I'm taking it down. Oh. Switch it. Whoa, now that we battling, boy, I'm gonna show you my sounds, boy. Whoa, now that we battling, boy, I'm gonna show you my beats, boy. Whoa, now that we battling, boy, I'm that brown boy, I'm that big boy, bully bear boy. Yeah. Sometimes when you do like routines over and over, you don't get that same buzz. These routines, I always, because sometimes when I practice my routines, I always do them on like on an amplifier, so then you get that kind of boom feeling, you know what I mean? But on Facebook Live, man, you can't be dropping bass like that. House beats. Here we go now. Three, two, one. You ready for the bass? 3, Guys, I really want to, like, you know, sometimes when I'm reading all these comments and I'm thinking, let me know if we've actually met and stuff, man, because I want to meet the whole community. When I mean whole, I mean from like UK all the way to China, all the way to however far the scene goes. It would be so sick, man, like one of the world championships for literally everyone to go. And then you can say that you've literally met every person with the same habit, with the same hobby, whatever it is, the same passion, just to be in one place. How amazing would that be? I want to meet everyone here on this. Would you be in the beatbox camp in Poland? Unfortunately not, man. Unfortunately not. Unfortunately not. Yeah, man, my 55 pence Pepsi Max. And the reason, if you're wondering why I'm doing this, you always seem to hear yourself better. Yeah, man. I've seen you before when I was busking in Birmingham. Awesome, man, awesome. Yeah, maybe this guy. This year I will be a little bit quiet on the shows and beatboxing events themselves. I just kind of wanted to give myself like a year or two out and then kind of come back. But this year, I don't know. I have too many things that I need to focus on. Don't get me wrong, I love beatboxing with all my heart, man. I don't know. Like Harry and Hobbit say, if beatbox was a person, I would marry that person. That's like the best quote in beatbox history. If beatbox was a person, he would marry it. Like, that's how you know. If you love beatboxing, you would not understand. Can you do routines with the water drop? With water drop madness. That's really mind-boggling. It's too much going on. Yes, guys, for the people that are asking me how to do sounds and stuff, I am actually uploading tutorial videos on my YouTube channel, Sid-FX Beatbox. Go and check them out. Favorite beatbox, favorite beatboxer, if anyone's wondering. In a beatboxer's mind, I don't think a favorite beatboxer exists, because one day you want to listen to a certain type of music, one day you want to listen to hip hop, the next day you want to listen to some drum and bass or dubstep, and there's different beatboxers that have these styles. So I wake up one day, I'm just like, whoa, I need to hear something chilled. Next day I feel like I'm in the hype and I want to listen to something madness. Yeah. Oh God. Leave me alone. I'm trying to stream, man. Brother's messaging me. No, leave me alone. I'm trying to drop the bass in your face. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you said, lad. And also another thing is like, these days it's really easy for, you know, I wouldn't say I'm old school, but I'm kind of like mid school, along with many other beatboxers. But now, because there's thousands of new school beatboxers, and it's like, wow, like they're doing so many crazy things, it's actually hard to keep up. But to be honest, like beatboxing has evolved so much, and I'm sure you can all agree on this. Beatboxing has evolved so much that it's actually hard to get impressed by crazy things, if you know what I mean. It's actually hard to get impressed with crazy things. So the only thing that impresses me these days is really good musicality. When I hear musicality in a battle now, I'm thinking, wow, like that's what I want to hear. Not like it's too much. I think that trend has just gone now. It's not about speed and stuff. That's just my opinion. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion. But for me, musicality is just what gets you far in life, man. Trust me. See, yeah, exactly. Half the comments are. Yes, Kevin, musicality is the new trend, and to be honest, this trend won't die, because musicality is music. That's what we do. Beatboxing is music, but when people are doing technicality, it's like whatever sounds they can just kind of throw out quickly, unless you're Alem, and you can just do madness drums, because he's actually good on the drums. So from the drums he transfers the drums and releases them patterns from his mouth instead of doing them on drums. So that's just mad. But musicality, that's what's gonna get you winning battles. That's my opinion, guys. Full routines. If people want battle advice, the best thing, what you need to do, is actually prepare routines. When you see music on radios, they've always got 2 to 3 minute tracks. You know what I'm saying? And then they just put it in a battle. Obviously battles are like 1 minute 30, 2 minutes sometimes. It's best to have routines planned out. Because I used to do my first ever international battle was against Robeat in the what was it? The La Cup in France, Paris. And I swear to God, I went to like the first 3-4 events without planning nothing. I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna just do whatever I can. And when it got to coming on stage, that's where a lot of nerves came from, because I knew that I wasn't I knew I never had nothing planned, so the pressure kicked in twice. And then you start panicking, you start making mistakes, you start losing rhythm, you start losing flow, and everything just crashes down together. But when I thought to myself, I'm going to prepare like 5 routines, and this was for the Saint Gallen battles in Switzerland in 2013, I believe. And I prepared every round, and then that's what made me get me the title. And then there's many titles where I had second place. Second place seems to love me a lot. But you know, when you're going against some crazy, amazing, talented beatboxers, second place is very, you know, it's a very good feeling. Yes, Alexandros. Yeah, too many crazy combos. Am I going to go to the World Beatbox Camp? I'm not going to go to the World Beatbox Camp, but I would love to go to the next World Championship. Guys, I reckon we should get Adam on here as well one of the days and make him do some beatboxing. If you actually heard him beatbox from the start, you will be shocked from what you see now. My man's crazy. He's good. He's getting there, guys. He's getting there. Adam Andrew Corey, man, smashing it. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Chainsmokers. Yes, guys. To be honest, I don't really listen to a lot of music, but I imagine music in my head and then try and beatbox it. That's where I get my ideas. I always try to imagine music, how I would, if I was to make a song myself, I would imagine how I would want that song to sound, and then I'll just try and put it in a routine. Yeah, guys, yeah, while Adam's just commented now, there was, this routine is famous. I don't care what anyone says, yeah. This routine is famous. His first ever beat was, I was there, I witnessed his first ever time. It was, now if you listen to this geezer, he's like, he's adding in them sounds, man. He's adding those sounds in. He's getting there. I don't care what anyone says, man. Andrew, he's madness. He's a G. Yeah, boy. Hit him, boy. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. Yes, Adam, I love you, man. Finger clicking, finger clicking. Chicken licking, finger licking. My favourite beatboxer. Like I said, Enzo Blink. There is no such thing as a favourite beatboxer. You'll wake up every day craving a different style of music that you want to listen to. One day I'll want to listen to dubstep. I'll go to the dubstep beatboxers. The next day I want to listen to some musicality. I'll go to the Americans, because the Americans know what they're doing with the music, man. Yeah. How long have I been streaming for? Yeah, the French beatbox community is probably one of the biggest communities in Europe. Correct me if I'm wrong. And the Indonesians. I've not really met any of the Indonesian beatboxers, but I just know that their community is madness. But UK is a very strong a community. We have a lot of good beatboxers, but unfortunately I feel like there's not enough bonding than some of the other countries. I'm sure many of the UKers can agree with that. So everyone come and jam. Yeah, I'm going. Yes. Callum Tangent. Yes, bro. Wales community is growing, man. It's in Division 2. But it's growing fast. And there is some sick beatboxers. And one of my best buddies, Fuzzy, as some of you may know. Here's my boy. It's growing. It's repping. Respect, Kevin. And then the whistle, guys. The whistle, like I've said a few times on my YouTube channel, you will see the tutorials. Italian beatbox community. Yes, I was in Birmingham with Orange Beat. He was here for like 2 years. He was living in my city for 2 years. So we would just jam. I love the Italians. And I love their food. You make a lot of gains from pasta. Yeah, so guys, I think I'm gonna make this how long have we been live for? As soon as it gets to 45 minutes, Adam, let me know if 45 minutes is cool, and I'm just gonna do some more freestyles and answer a couple of more questions. Okay, Adam. Guys, I do have a lot of new routines, but I don't really want to give them away. On the next competing event, you will see a lot of new things. The best way to train, John, is take a lot of showers and use the toilet a lot. That's the best way to train, trust me. 99.9% of the beatboxers learn new sounds while on the toilet or while taking a shower. That's a true story, man. Yeah. Alexandros, remember when we were with Skillet on the way to the airport? I think I remember, but I'm getting old, man. I don't remember, to be honest. Remember when? But the Bulgarians, I love you, Bulgarians. You lot are crazy. I need to make more drum bass routines. Guys, I think we're going to have to leave it there because I have a few things that I need to do. I hope you enjoyed and just chilled with me. This was just basically a chill session. Yeah, man. I've enjoyed answering questions, doing a little beatboxing. Is beatboxing a career for you? This is going to be the final question. But beatboxing is not a career for me. It's something that I do because I enjoy it, I love it. I do shows and I do perform, but unfortunately, it's not a full-time career. I do other things, such as training in the gym and working in the gym and stuff like that. Yeah. I hope... I don't want to feel like anyone's being ignored. Yeah, so I'd like to thank Adam for letting me just do this little live stream. Just, I wanted to show my face. I wanted to show that I'm still around and people can see what I'm up to or whatever. If you do want to learn the sounds that I have been doing in this live stream, you can go to my YouTube and yeah, there's a lot of tutorials there. Adam, Andrew Corey, you're a legend, bro. And yeah, guys, we'll leave it there. Peace, family.